It's day 3. I'm really tired today, a little bit of a headache, but we're gonna try and just see what we can get done in the kitchen today. It's day 2. I have a lot left on my to-do list, but you know what? If I can't get it all done, at least getting something done is better than nothing. So I think I'm gonna start with the pantry, just because I did a lot of that earlier, a couple weeks ago when I reorganize the whole thing, so I know there's not a lot in there, so I just think that that's a really good way to just start the ball rolling and see if we can get it just snowballed to finish the rest of the kitchen today. So let's go. So here is the pantry. This door was done recently, so I don't need to do that. And then I just redid containers and added new organizing systems in here. So all of this up here does not need to be done at all. The only spots that need to be done are these 2 containers and then this one right here. This bin is just for like extra of my gluten-free flours that live up here, just because some of those bags are really heavy. So I just need to do this bin, and that basket. That's it today. All right. So this bin, this basket down here holds like cookie sheets, baking tins, donut pans, muffin tins, all of that. I did just replace some of my baking sheets with some newer ones, so I don't really think there's much in here that needs to be tossed or gotten rid of, but I said that about yesterday doing the top part of the kitchen, or like the upper and lower cupboards, and walked away with a few things, so we'll see. See, I knew there would be something in here to get rid of. These are the lids to the sheet pans we just got rid of, and they are a different size than the new pans, so these get to go.
As you can see, I have a lot of baking pans because I love to bake. We use all of them. Some of them have different uses and things like that, but the donut pans and muffin tins, the mini muffin tin, I love them, but they stay in the back because I don't use them quite as often, so I don't need them front and center.
I said I didn't need to do this basket. I think I lied. Because I see, oof, that needs to be cleaned. We bought this for my son for soccer a while ago and it broke. We fixed it, but he hasn't used it since then. So I'm gonna pull this out to double check with him to make sure he doesn't want it. He's been using something that's been a little bit easier to like carry around instead of this big thing. So still a big water bottle, but like it fits in his bag. So I think this is gonna go, but I just want to double check with him first. We're gonna vacuum that too.
So just a quick little vacuum, and then I'm going to finish going through that basket because who knows what else might be in there.
If you watched my wardrobe overhaul project 333 video, you're going to remember I said make sure you clear everything out when you declutter. Always double check, because not only was that water bottle in there, that water jug, but so was a lunch bag.
All right, just a quick double check to make sure there really isn't anything else in there, and then we're just going to put that away and then continue on with the rest of the pantry. I'm going to do the drinks next since I'm already down here, and a lot of these, we really don't drink them often, so there are definitely ones that have like expired. Like there was pineapple juice in here from when my son had his wisdom teeth out like 2 years ago.
Looking at those potatoes, I know there's going to be potatoes in there that are just going to have to get like composted because they've been in there too long. So the problem is sweet potatoes, regular potatoes get in there, but they get buried. So I'm going to try and see if this fits in there. This used to live here for bread and bagels, but that was before that moved in. So I'm not sure if it's going to fit. And then like sweet potatoes can go on one shelf, regular potatoes can go on the other. And then because there's not a lot of those and we usually don't have a lot of those, we could put them in a smaller container right next to it, hopefully. So let's see if it works.
Before I go through the potatoes, I'm going to make sure that that stacked basket is going to fit in there. So it really does help if you take the undershelf basket out. So if you're trying to do this, take the basket out first. And they actually look like they're going to fit. So I'm going to try it. And I'm a little bit worried that there's really not going to be enough space for the sweet potatoes to live on the top shelf. So I'm going to just try seeing how it works by putting things away, going through the potatoes, and it looks like this might actually work for me.
Here's an up close look. This actually nests perfectly in here. So we only have like maybe one bag of sweet potatoes at a time. So that's perfect amount of space. And then for potatoes, that's probably the max that we'll ever have. So hopefully that'll be good. I'm actually going to see if one of those plastic trays from the old pans that I was going to discard fits under there. So if like a potato goes bad and we miss it, we can clean that up and it'll protect the shelf. And this actually fit really well and much better than I thought. And I like how these are shorter than the containers right here. So if food spills down from getting snacks, it won't catch it. It'll just fall to the floor and then we can just vacuum it up and hopefully keep this whole area much neater for the future. Spoiler alert, it fits perfectly. Now I don't have to worry if like for some reason one of these goes bad. We can just pull that tray out and clean it up, and then we don't have to worry about the wood getting damaged. So much better. Still tired, still have a headache, but just doing that little project there really gave me a nice little burst of energy. So we're gonna go check the to-do list because I did not pull that out yet, and then just look to see what else I need to do in this room. All right, fridge, freezer, island, counters, and decor. Not much left, all fairly manageable. We're doing leftovers just because it's a really busy day for everybody and we have a lot of them. We have not still figured out how to cook for just 3 people now that our older 2 are back in college or in college for the first time. So leftovers has been like a common dinner for us lately and there's nothing wrong with that. So I think I'm gonna clean the fridge tonight after dinner because that way a lot of the leftovers will actually have been eaten and it'll make that process a lot better. We'll see if I remember to film it or not. So I think I'm going to do the freezer and then see how I'm feeling after that. I do know that there's a lot in that freezer that does need to be tossed. So here we go.
I have to admit, this freezer does stay fairly organized most of the time. I have put some baskets in here in both the top and bottom part that really do help keep food separated and organized, but it really is easy to just drop things in this drawer and close it and just forget about it. So every once in a while I do like to go through and make sure that things are getting put away properly, but it also has been quite a while since I've actually done a declutter, so there was actually a lot of food in here that we unfortunately had to part with. I always feel guilty when I have to throw food out, but it happens. It's real life, you know, we're busy, and like I said, like it's so easy to just drop things in here and run, so things do get buried quite easily. But overall, this really was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, so it went much smoother than I expected.
Totally just spaced out and didn't record this, but I cleaned off the sides of the fridge, so just kind of making it a little bit neater. I went through the menus. All of them were outdated except for that one. So we have menu, we've got the marker still there, and then we have the grocery shopping and menu planning master lists there. Didn't change much from up here. And then everything that was on the side of the fridge we took off, and yes, a bag already got put up there since yesterday. I need to go put that away. Moving on to counters and decor, I figured I'd tackle this at the same time. So sourdough and plant mister, that's just water in there so I can use it for both. Watering can. This is Samurai's Graham G, my sourdough. And I got my Cookie Monster cookie jar, which is adorable. And oh my goodness, there's something in there. I didn't realize there was still food in here. I don't even know how old those are. Oh boy. Wasted chocolate! That is really embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. They're gonna take my mom card. There's still a couple pieces. Oh boy. Welp. That's sad. All right, stain. I'm just gonna put this in my hair for now. These are tomato seeds from our heirloom tomatoes that we grew this year. They've got about 1 more week of drying out, and then I can package them up. This is Ryan's. I think I'm gonna send it upstairs for him. And then, oh, this is here. Doing a really bad job filming this. This is here because I wanted to make, this is a soap berry. So if you boil it, focus. If you boil it, you can turn it into soap and then plant the seed and grow your own tree, which is why that's up there. I keep forgetting about it though. I need to put it in a place where I'm going to remember it better to actually do that experiment. And then we just have those, which are all going to stay there as well. So I'm going to bring this back over here like that for now. And then this will get spaced out more once this is taken care of. This is still here from yesterday to get wiped because Pete did dishes last night and didn't know how to wash it, so I'll do that. I'm also going to wash this off when I do dishes later. This needs to get put away. That's just gonna go right down there. Bread box, all of that's fine. I wish we could get rid of this, but I don't have a spot to put these knives. We got a new one of these to replace this one because it sat so close. Like, can you see that? It melted. So we haven't used it since we got the new one. So I don't know why that's still in there. But everything else we use fairly regularly. You know what? We don't use this one. Now that we got new pans, we don't need this anymore. So that's good. Lives there, so that's just gonna stay on the stove. And then in here, we really do use all of these because we like to cook a lot. Could we wash dishes every time that we use stuff? Yes, but sometimes it's just easier to have a little bit more. And considering that and that are the only two we have, and we use them all, it's not taking up a lot of space. I'm gonna call that good. This is really the only wall decor we have in the kitchen. So this is my propagation station that my husband made me. The old one broke, so we had to do a new one. So I need to actually patch the walls. But they're gonna take away my plant mom card because I forgot about my propagations. Oh no. Ah, this one actually has roots though, do you see that? So I need to plant this one. Does this one? There might be roots in that one as well. So, all right, I'm gonna put you down because I'm going to take care of these now. All right, so this is better. The test tubes that the propagations were in are gonna get washed. I will repair that. I'm gonna put it on my to-do list for next week. And then, yeah, it looks good. So, update, 2 full bags of garbage and 1 full box of donations from these 3 days of decluttering. That is pretty impressive considering I didn't think there was gonna be that much. I knew there'd be stuff in the kitchen freezer. I did not expect that from the kitchen and the entryway that there would be that much though. So that's a little crazy. I dropped the ball again. I just did the island. So the island has one side is seating, the other side is open shelving. That's where all of our pots and pans go. Nothing over there that needs to be gotten rid of. We do try to keep that one as pared down as possible just because it's open shelving and we want to make sure it looks clean. So I'm really dropping the ball today. Doing this with a headache, no joke, man. But nothing was there. So I think for today, I'm gonna call it done. I'm gonna just tidy up really quick and go sit and put my feet up and hydrate. Just a reminder that while you're doing this, make sure you eat snacks, you hydrate, you take good care of yourself.